I'm gonna try to find my Facebook stream here and see if this is actually working. Check in the books of face. Check in Facebook. Are you guys in? Is this working? Anyone? How's it going today? Is everyone enjoying their beautiful Saturday, April 18th, not the April 16th like I thought it was? Let's see here. Is it going? We're going. All right. I'm going to turn the sound off on this. Welcome to the garage. Now, obviously, this is not the, Bronco Super Celebration from Townsend, Tennessee, but welcome back to the garage, the place where we're making your Bronco, your dream Bronco. If this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe. Hey, if you're watching on Facebook, give that little thumbs up, a like, the Nashville Early Bronco page. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to click subscribe, putting out how-to videos for the weekend mechanic, and providing this, the Bronco entertainment for the Bronco community. So, like I said, we, would be today at the beautiful show field of the Bronco Super Celebration, but instead, here I am, alone in my garage with my Bronco. And man, I mean, it's a sad day that we're not all together, hanging out at the Bronco Super Celebration, but I wanted to do something fun for you guys. I want to do something fun with you guys, and I thought I would do a live video. And now obviously this isn't going to be as epic as 600 Bronco, walking around a field of 600 Broncos, but we'll go through some video of years past. We're going to talk to some of the vendors who are at who would have been at the Bronco Super Celebration. Talk to them, see what they're doing, see what they're working on, give you a little taste of some fun stuff that they are doing. But guys, this is for you, and this is, I'm doing this for you guys, and so I want you to comment. There's already a bunch of people commenting, and I want you guys to interact through this time. I could have just recorded a video and posted a video, and that would have been great. But I really wanted this to be an interaction. I want you guys talking to each other. I want you guys chatting with each other. I want to be, interacting with you as much as I can. Now, when I'm on a Zoom call with one of the vendors, we aren't going to be able to interact as much, but I'll try to answer any questions afterwards. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to share this in all of the Bronco pages. Let's get as many people in here as we can. Let's all hang out together. I've got my cool beverage of choice that you don't know what it is. It's a mystery. This is a part of the Bronco Super Celebration. Am I right, guys? Yes. But yeah, I want you guys commenting. Share this in the Bronco pages. Let's get a bunch of people in here, and please give me a little bit of grace today, because yesterday my internet went out and it wasn't even working. Today it kept saying that I didn't have enough bandwidth, so I'm sure that we're gonna have some issues. I'm sure that we're gonna have some technical difficulties, so give me a little bit of grace. And as I do Zoom calls, I'll be popping the old AirPods in. I know it looks silly. I think I look silly with them on, but just a little heads up there. So, who have we got in here today? Who is hanging out? Judy Duff is in here. Judith, James and Judy. Jeff Breckenridge, what's up, Pennsylvania? What do you got? Zach, man, Chuck, Barry Franks, Bob Moyer. What's going on, Bob? Man, it's good to see you guys. Tony Melee says, missing everyone. Man, I miss you guys too. I wish I could see your Bronco again, Tony. It's a beautiful one. Melissa Green is in here. Anthony Parigi, what's going on, man? Man, I miss all of you guys. I just love seeing your names in here. Who else? Where are we from? I know we got Anthony's out in North Carolina. We got JD Jenkins from Dothan, Alabama. What else? Tim Barnes. What up, Tim Barnes? Scott Townsend from Indiana. And if you're wondering, I'm looking at my computer, which is right here. And this is where I'll be doing the Zoom calls as well. But yeah, we got some fun stuff planned. We're gonna get this party started. Hey, this isn't gonna be quick. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe vendors waiting to hop in on a call here. So we're gonna just take some time, and this might go for an hour, hour and a half. We'll see. If you gotta bounce, then feel free, but come back and watch it another time. Let's go on. Brad the Welder's on. Nate says hello from Wisconsin. Timothy from Florence, Oregon. Heyo, Oregon. Maryland, Eugene. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready for some previous year's footage of the Bronco Super Celebration? I love this footage. I love watching this stuff. And some of it you guys have seen before. I tried to mix it up a little bit and not just post videos that I've already posted, but tried to mix it up a little bit. So, John, you look horrible. Anthony, I agree. No. All right, guys, I love you all and I miss you all. Let's get this started. Here is our first part of our quarantined Bronco Super Celebration.
Who was most excited? How you doing? Can you believe that?
Coming over now. Tell us. This is called Fuel Tank Expose, where you don't run with a bumper, but you let your fuel tank shine.
Hey, where is everybody? It's April in Tennessee, and they're supposed to be here driving Broncos. I guess all of our friends are back at home, covered up, staying safe. We understand. We wish you were out here driving with us, but Brett and I are still having fun in our Broncos. What we'd like to do is let you know a few things that are going on. We've got a lot of things we had prepared to share with you this week, but obviously we're going to have to postpone that to a further date, and we'll have Bronco fun the rest of the year. First of all, I miss y'all. I want to give you a hug. All right, let's get started. I miss all you Bronco people. Brett and I have been planning this event for a year, and then heaven forbid this virus hit us, so we've had to take a pause and go from there. But let's talk a little bit about what we've done in the past and what we've got planned for the future. We got some exciting things coming to Colorado. We've been out there scouting a little bit of the dirt, the concrete, and the higher elevation. So we're going to have fun in Colorado in September, and we're still going to have fun in Tennessee.
So Tom, tell me, you mentioned the Colorado event. What are those dates real quick?
Okay, we're going to be heading to Colorado. Bronco Driver we've got our family, which you met Brett, you know Donna, and the rest of our family. We're venturing out to Colorado to do a Super Celebration West, and that's going to be September 9th through the 12th. We've got a few extra special friends that are helping us. They've been out there already putting together some drives that are going to be, great dirt drives to some ghost towns. We're going to have some off-roading aspects of it where there's going to be the guys that have their Bronco built so that they can get them dirty or take a few rock challenges up to some old mines and some other destinations. And then we've got some drives planned for, those people that just want to stay on concrete because the value of these things has got so high that you don't want to put a scratch, a dent, but you want to have fun in your Bronco.
And
so
have you said
September 9th to 12th?
And where is it? We're in Colorado?
We are going to be in Buena Vista, Colorado.
Buena Vista.
It's actually going to be headquartered at the Rodeo Center. And when we called about renting the Rodeo Center, they were all excited when they heard it was Broncos.
Nice.
Then they got more excited when they heard it was Ford Broncos. So, we're looking forward to going out there and sharing our fun, sharing our family, sharing our Fords with the West Coast.
So, talking about the Bronco Super Celebration East, what is the update if you are ready? Are you ready to share this update?
Sure, yeah, we're going to share that. It's going to be the breaking news is that we've met with a lot of local politicians, our state politicians, a lot of the area businesses, and sadly enough, even Dollywood's not going to be open by May, and they've asked us that we did not bring in a lot of people from different states in May. So sadly, we're going to have to reschedule that event. Excitingly, we are rescheduled that till fall, and those dates are going to be October 7th through the 10th. So you're going to be able to hit the Texas event the weekend before, and then drive up here to Tennessee to have fun in the Smoky Mountains. In the fall, it's part of the most beautiful part of the country. In fall, the weather is going to be the same as April. The high is about 70, the low is about 50. So sadly, we're going to miss a nice spring with our Bronco buddies, but we're going to have a great fall. And, we've done different events there in fall. We used to do a fall Ford festival and had good turnout, a lot of fun. The Smokies hopefully will be ready for all of us.
Okay, now I have no affiliation with Bronco Driver. Tom doesn't know that I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Out of our love and appreciation for Tom and the family, let's hold fast our tickets, even if you can't make it, because I want us to show our support to Bronco Driver in this way, and I want you guys to show your support to Bronco Driver. Tom didn't know I was going to do this. I totally sideswiped him, but I'm
going to try to usurp you and say, hey, This is about fun. This is about family. This is about Fords. We've been doing, we've done 25 events. It's all about you guys. And if you pre-registered, we'll certainly credit that for next year. We'll refund your money. We rather give you the excitement of the Bronco event, or we'll apply it to Colorado. So we want you to have the fun. We don't charge much. It's, we cover our costs, and that's all we care about. We like to cover our costs to make sure everybody's having fun, safe, good quality shirt for a fair price, trophies that we work hard to make. And we appreciate the plug, but it's all about you guys, not about us.
Well, I appreciate that. I want you guys to know that we so appreciate all that you do for for the Bronco Super Celebration.
Hey, John, we feel the love. We get the hugs. We get the thanks. We understand everybody appreciates it. And, it's frustrating for them to have to reschedule their trips, to reschedule their motels. And we understand that it's a moving target. We hate to reschedule it and make them go through that. So we understand their pain as well. And we want to help, have the fun we can.
Here, let me ask you here, Tom. What is some of the new fun that we are going to have in the future at the future Bronco Super Celebrations?
Let me ask Brett to step in here a second and talk about what all of you have gone mad. Brett's got 4 kids, so it was a little bit less expensive investing in their Broncos than our Broncos. But the 6 volts are popular, so I'm going to let him talk a little bit about what we're going to do with the 6 volts this year. Talk a little bit about our drag racing, a little bit about our show and shine. We got kids trophies, so show them what we got.
So of course, now we've got these little 6 volts out for the kids that have their own Broncos. And this year at the Super Cell, we're going to be able to have the kids be able to get in their little mini Broncos and actually have some fun of their own, not just for the adults. They're going to be able to drag race them against other kids, have little courses to play, and be able to join part of this Bronco fun as they grow up in this community of all us Bronco lovers to enjoy the fun.
So he's telling
That's awesome.
We've got some nice laser cut trophies we're preparing for 2020. I know some of you haven't noticed that, but that's actually the new Bronco logo. Ford is a sponsor this year. They've given us a few things that we can use. This trophy is actually the new Bronco logo coming soon. Also, we're going to do judging a little different this year.
And this year, instead of having to have your Broncos sitting out in the field and wondering if you got judged or if you got missed, this year we're going to have drive-through judging where you can actually come up to a specific spot that we've dedicated, get your Bronco judged, check out what the judges are doing, checking out the Broncos, and be able to make sure this year that your Bronco does get judged and part of the show and part of it.
Now, as a part of that, will you be sharing the names of the judges so that people can slip $100 bills under their hotel room doors at night or anything like that?
Actually, if you want to know the truth, we have different times for judging, and we've assigned judges to cover different times, trying to avoid that situation where they're paid. And with the Bronco being America's truck, we thought, Support America Bronco shirt. Well, little did we know this virus was going to take apart. So our Support America, we have a black one, and we have a maroon one. We have ladies cuts. We've got those on our internet. Some of the shirts that we were ready to release this week, we got on our internet to purchase. That looked good on you too, John. You're kind of a Dr. Seuss guy.
I love it.
These people want to see video highlights. We've talked enough about what's coming. I want to make sure everybody stays home, stays safe. We're excited to have them come out in September in Colorado, in October in Tennessee, and look forward to seeing everybody there and having our Bronco fun then. And we may even have to get to see a few surprises in September and October from that 4-letter blue oval.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Use some of your stimulus check to buy Bronco parts. I know, Brett makes some great parts. He's willing to deliver them at the events. So shop around, look what you need, and we'll see you guys in September and October.
So as he continues to walk around the Bronco show field, I thought it would be fun to have some of our seasoned vendors, some of our favorite vendors to come on and just to talk to you guys, talk about what they're doing and the fun things that they have planned, but also reminisce about Bronco Celebration memories. So first up, we've got Michael and Susie Duff. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's going on, John?
How are you guys doing there in Knoxville?
Can't complain.
Yeah.
Things are going pretty good.
Staying home and staying safe, I hope.
Well, our home is our work, so it's pretty darn close.
Yeah,
That's true. That's
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, good. Well, we're talking about the Bronco Super Celebration. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit and see kind of what your guys' memories and some of the things that you have loved about the Bronco Super Celebration. And how long have you guys been going, actually? Do you remember?
Well, I've been going since 2014, and that's actually when my entire life changed. And I met Susie, and that's when we got together. So
Nice.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Super Celebration, I'd never remember him. So it's an ongoing story. But anyway, it involved pranks on one of his buddies that he knew from Classic Broncos. And
always a prank somewhere.
yeah, some sort of silly joke. But yeah, my first one was 2007.
I mean, what would you guys say? Like, what is it about the Super Celebration that is just, it's so, I don't know, it's so special.
It is. I don't know how to explain it to people that it's not like any other event. Hard to believe that you'd ever have this many people showing up. We don't go four-wheeling. Back in the day, it was all about four-wheeling for every Bronco event. But like Tom puts it, sometimes cruising these mountains is like four-wheeling on pavement. The curvy roads are fun, but it's the people and just the camaraderie.
I was gonna say, it's not just one thing. It's just a bunch of little things add up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's getting to see my buddies. I can only get to see them like once or twice a year, and that's one of those times.
Nice. Yeah. Now,
I will be honest though, John. Getting to see the customers and them showing us, our product on their Broncos, and just how excited they are, it really just makes us beam. And I think that does make it for us.
Yeah, and it's pretty great for our employees to get to come out and see the parts they build and they ship underneath all the trucks. That's huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sense of pride and getting to share that with customers is awesome.
It's not just a job anymore.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's so true because when you're there and there's 600 Broncos that you're looking at, you're looking for the nuances and like, oh, okay, how did they do that? And how did they do that? And it's cool just being able to see, for you guys, being able to see the Duff under, the T-Rex arms or the shocks or whatever it is.
And they all added up a little differently. It's like their spin on our parts or all the parts out there available. And it's like, wow, I never thought of it like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, last year, you guys, I mean, you had like 9 Broncos lined up right outside your booth.
We have home court advantage that, if we don't bring them all, someone will, of course, come up and ask, oh, you didn't bring that Bronco this year. And it's like, yeah, it's back at the shop.
Yeah, so there's usually about like 4 trips, and that's with a 2-car hauler just to get them all up there.
Now, for you guys, we're obviously in this crazy time. What has changed for you guys in this quarantine season, if anything? I mean, what is life looking like right now for you guys?
Well, we've had to take a lot of measures at work to make sure we're safe and make sure our employees feel like they're safe coming to work. Tennessee, deems us as an essential business, and it's a good thing we are because there's a lot of people at home going out of their minds with a project in their garage. If we weren't open, I think it'd just make things worse.
Yeah, people are antsy to get their parts because they're sitting at home and they need something to do. And we couldn't get any luckier in that we are in a business that we really don't have people walking in our front doors.
True.
We have a few people that have asked, and we'll call orders, but we just shut down our showroom to people walking in, which nobody's really traveling now, so it's not an issue. But it's just mostly spacing out our workspace for our employees to stay safe, do social distancing, and try and keep parts rolling as best we can based on some of our vendors having some issues as far as supplies, because we have some vendors that have had to cut their staffs by more than half to do, in order to have their social distancing in their buildings. So they are working just half or worse of their regular, and this is always busy season in automotive because people always get jazzed for springtime and tax refunds, and it's hurting. You just try and take care of people as best you can, and hopefully people are understanding.
They definitely are more understanding right now, which is good, but it is killing us sometimes because we have local and national vendors that are just either shut down or just really slow.
With all this going on and just how strange things are right now, what are some ways that people can support you guys?
Well, I'll go first.
Okay.
One of the big things they can do is they can, when they get done installing our products, or even while they're putting them on, they can go out to their favorite Facebook page or go to some forum that they like and just talk about their experience with our products. Obviously, if it's a bad experience, which is far and few between, we would like for them to call us first, and then they get to see how good of our customer service is. But if they could do that and leave a review on our website, the word of mouth is what really makes our business grow and stay, stay alive.
Yeah, hit up our social media with all that stuff. It definitely helps. Not only are you sharing a positive experience about a product and passing that on to someone else, because word of mouth has always been our best advertisement.
Neutral word of mouth, for sure. It doesn't matter how much I talk about the products.
Yeah, and I mean, that makes sense because you guys were just talking about how the Super Celebration is such a big event for you guys because people get to see your products on other people's vehicles and stuff like that. So definitely that makes sense of sharing those pictures on social media and talking about those positive experiences. So everyone, you need to go out and you need to post some pictures to social media about your James Duff parts under your Bronco.
Thank you if you do.
Yes, very much.
What about the
Well, our other big thing is that with that, we're not sure exactly on our release date because we're running stuff through its paces, but we got a brand new website that is darn close to launching, and that'll be a big thing. And everybody that when it does launch, please give us feedback on it because we're trying to improve and get it to where we can.
Yeah, even though the website's going to be new and improved and have better tools and better ways of showing off our products, it's still in its infancy stage. So we can grow it to whatever we need, but the feedback is what makes it great.
Last question, bringing it back to the Super Celebration. I mean, you talked about your love blossoming at Super Celebration, but any memories that stand out that are like, oh man, I love this?
Well, I've got a couple bromance memories, early on where, my buddy Jeff and I got to run the show together. Yeah, we ran off and we caused all kinds of havoc.
In their pink shirts. Tiny, tiny pink shirts, no less.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember. What year was that? 14?
14? No.
No. 14 was the first year that I came here, and I was still living in Washington, so it would have been 15.
15. Yeah, because I remember seeing you guys walking around in these pink shirts, and it was so terrible that it seared in my memory forever.
Oh, yeah.
Man, but one of my favorite memories of all time actually involved all four of my best friends, Mr. Duff, Pony Express, and you. And that was just was that 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago when you were driving Broncos through your area and you asked Pony Express could be interviewed, Jim Duff could be interviewed at Pony Express. And we actually brought him in and all four across the Ford Horseman. And it was just a really neat experience.
I actually have that clip pulled up. So before we go, or after we go, I'll play it. But yeah, nice. that was an amazing memory. And that's the whole beauty of the Bronco Super Celebration is it's like memories like that. You guys in pink shirts. You put, you know, the four of you walking up the Ford Horseman.
Gigantic hats.
Yeah, and the mustache.
That reminds me, we've got one more thing we want to show you. I'm gonna go get it. It's in silver.
Let's do it. On that note, oh my God. And on that note,
check out this sticker pack. Have you seen these yet? These are incredible. Here, show him.
Okay. This is my supposed to be a Super Celebration hat.
Look at these. Oh, well,
Hang on.
Super Cell.
Wow, I know.
Okay, you go for it. Sorry.
Okay. I got Loco, the Loco by Tom Chaney. Bro from the California event. The Mountains Are Calling from our t-shirt last year. My Famous with the Kids, Hi-Ho Silver, and Me with the Dog.
Yep.
And classic Bronco American flag.
Yep.
love it.
Pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Aren't you glad Michael had to get up?
I am so thankful that I got to experience this. I love it. All right, guys. Well, let's go to that clip of the Ford Horseman walking in the Hi-Ho, or whichever Bronco it was.
He's
James
lost
Duff.
all train of thought at this
I've
point.
lost it. I've lost it.
Mine's
Cut to
blown.
the clip.
Oh, yes! Oh my gosh! Can you believe this? We got the Ford Horseman followed by the Pony Express. Ah! This thing is beautiful. If you haven't seen the Pony Express, this has so much history in the James Duff camp, and it is just an incredible vehicle. And the man James Duff himself has raced this thing. He has done so many things about it. For the people who've never seen the Pony, tell us a little bit about the Pony Express.
Actually, it was a sand car, and I turned it into a street car. But I mean,
You're a paint guy, right? Like that's how. Yeah.
yeah, I did all the paint work, so I was working body and paint work. So, you know, I did all the murals and all the lettering and all that stuff all by hand. You know, so
That's awesome. And then the engine. What's the engine?
that's a 351 Windsor is what that is, with a little bit of a cam in it.
And James Duff, I mean, this is a legend in the Bronco history. I know that people talk about Big Ole and all that kind of stuff, but really, if you look at it, James Duff is one of the legends. Can we get an amen? Amen! That's right. This guy is a legend. Thank you for all that you have done. Thank you for being here and driving the Pony up here. It is a beautiful, beautiful car. Now, I gotta ask, will you be up at the dunes again this year?
Probably, yeah.
All right.
Taking this?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, if you want to see this, you have got to go to the dunes up in Michigan. Bronco Takeover. Fifth annual? Fourth annual up in Michigan. Driving in the sand dunes. It's an incredible event. Come see this thing in person. Thank you guys.
That's the Ford Horseman headquarters.
Oh, that's the Ford Horseman headquarters. These guys, look at these guys. Give the Ford Horseman a round of applause. These guys are incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching, James. Thank you for being here. There is definitely something very wrong with Michael Duff. And I have pants on. They might be sweatpants, but I at least have pants on and I have my dignity. Man, but some really cool stories there. Jeff and Michael in their pink shirts at the 2015, 2016, I think Jeff said it was 2016. But man, the Pony Express is beautiful. I mean, for you guys who have seen it up close and personal, like it's so cool that you know, James Duff himself like painted that. Like all that is like airbrushed by him, which I think is super cool. But yeah, just kind of looking at some of your guys' comments. now they're all just about Michael and his Duff Tough shorts. But let's see, socks and sandals. Someone asked where my roll cage is. I actually am rebuilding my roll cage with Ian Johnson and at the Big Tire Garage. So we're doing that and building a sweet roll cage because he wanted to do a video about building a roll cage. I would love to learn like how to actually build a roll cage instead of just like buying pieces and putting them together kind of thing. So but yeah, so we are gonna be doing that. Got some other upgrades coming, other how-to videos, but here's what I want. All right, so a little game in the chat here. Oh yeah, Melissa Devon. She commented that this isn't truly a super celebration without people trolling me, and that is so true. But I love you guys. Love all you Pennsylvania and now Florida people. Okay, so green Bronco. Anyone? Anyone have a green Bronco? Post it up in the chat. Post the color of your Bronco up in the chat. Let's just see what we're working with here. Yes, Michael Duff, that was epic. Yeah, give me some dates. What year is your Bronco? Blue. JD Jenkins says blue, and I have the comments for both YouTube and Facebook going in, so sometimes, and I'm trying to respond without looking like I'm responding. But I thought it would be fun to give some swag away, some of my swag, since you guys aren't at the Bronco Super Celebration. So here's what I'll do. The chat is, oh look, all right, Candy Apple Red, 1966, Cordova Copper. Man, a camo, 1969. Those are pretty awesome. Primer, not done, 1969, 1970, dirty. Carl, yours is dirty. Red, 76, 69, Brittany Blue. Is that factory or was that recently done? 73, Grabber Blue. 66, Primer. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I have a couple questions here. What was my first YouTube video on? Like, what was it about? What was the video? If you get it right, first one to get it right gets a shirt. You have to correctly answer and then shoot me an email or something like that. Okay, second question, while I wait for that one. Second question, what size lift and tires do I have? I mean, free Nashville Early Bronco shirt. If you watch any of my videos, you should know this. Bushings, yes. That was Dennis Ordina. Shoot me an email, NashvilleEarlyBronco@gmail. I'll send you a shirt. Melissa Devon, Broncos. You. All right. What size tire and lift do I have? 33.5 with 35s. Jeff Breckenridge, you get it. All right, Jeff, don't you already have a shirt? I'll give you a special care package. Susie, 2.5. Actually, that's true. Susie is more right, but I have total lift 3.5, but I have a 2.5-inch suspension lift with a 1-inch body lift. Oyster, you're way wrong. What year is my Bronco? Anyone? Number 3. So we got Jeff, he's got one. That other guy, he's got one. And what else? There you go. Frank Bush Bronco. I love that you guys put my videos were about Broncos. That's true. Very accurate. I will give you that. 75, JD Jenkins. All right, so JD Jenkins, Jeff Breckenridge, and then you've got another one. There's another guy in there. Shoot me an email. I'll get you guys a little care package, some shirts, some swag, since we're not at the Super Celebration. Okay, so like I mentioned it with Tom, with the event, with our tickets. You guys know everyone is having a hard time right now. Everyone is going through, changes and just these growing pains of our country right now. And we're going to talk to some more vendors here in a few minutes. But I wanted to just take a minute and just tell you guys, let's love on our vendors. And, whatever way that is, I'm going to ask everyone how we can support them, because I want them to feel your guys' support. And I think I loved how Michael and Susie put it, post some pictures of our parts on your Bronco. And let's start doing that, because yes, guys, I'm not trying to deny the fact that, we're all human. We make mistakes. Bronco vendors make mistakes too. There's no one that's perfect out there. There's no vendor that's perfect out there. But man, how great is it to support our vendors by posting up some pictures, leaving some reviews, doing some of this stuff. And so I want you guys to do something today. If you have time, I will do it as well. But I'm gonna take a picture of one of the parts that I have installed on my Bronco, and I'm gonna use the hashtag support Bronco vendors, hashtag support Bronco vendors. And let's start something going on here. Let's show our love, let's show our support to our vendors and also to Bronco driver. I know that he was like, hey, we'll give you a refund and all that, but ticket price was like 25 bucks, it wasn't super expensive. They keep their cost way down when they do these events. And I would love for the outcome of this live video to be, just the vendors feel overwhelmingly loved by the community. It's not me, it's you guys. It's you guys who are doing this. It's you guys who are I'm a part of the Bronco community, but it's you guys who can help do this. And so let's show some love to our vendors today. Take some time, take some pictures, and even this week while you guys are at home, if you're working on your Bronco or not, just take a picture and give a little Instagram review or Facebook review and tag them in it. And let's show support to our Bronco vendors. So hashtag support Bronco vendors. Sound good? You guys okay with that? I would love it if you'd do that. Okay, so speaking of what you have done to your Bronco, I wanted to take some time, and one of the things that I love about the Super Celebration is all the stories. Everyone has a story, and I love being able to go around and tell your guys' stories. And I've tried to do it different ways, and so sometimes I'm holding the camera, talking to you. Other times I'll just sit down with you and interview you. Sometimes with Rob Matthews, I'll hop in and go for a ride in your Bronco. So I put some of those together just to kind of watch. And so let's take a look at that. A little Bronco stories from the past years that we've been at the Bronco Super Celebration.
What's not to love? It's an early Bronco. Whether you have them refined, polished, show, mirrors underneath them, or patina like this one, or a rough one right out of a field. What's not to love about an early Bronco? They are a piece of Americana. They are a piece of all of us. My first truck was a 1974 Bronco Explorer, red on red on red.
I'm Rob Matthews from Williston, Florida, and this is a 1975 Bronco name patches. This would be my ninth. I think it's my ninth early Bronco.
I bought my first new Bronco in 1970. So I've been building these, messing with them for 49 years now.
I got into Broncos right out of high school, so 40 years ago almost. I've had over 500 Broncos. We've come every year since it's been on, and I brought a different vehicle every year.
Oh man, just meeting everybody. Yeah. And all the trips and the tales you hear, people trying to get here and what they did to get here, and yeah, it's great. And everybody's so nice, and everybody gets together really well.
It's talking to all the different people. That's the most fun. I mean, it's absolutely fun to see all the hard work everybody put into this. Yeah. To meet all the people and spend 3 or 4 days with them. It's a lot of fun.
One of my Bronco brothers, Anthony. Follow him on Instagram. Classic off-road classics.
Yeah, I've had for 13 years. Drove to Iowa to get it. Me, when my son was just born. Just since last year, I've put disc brakes.
Getting ready for Super Celebration.
I couldn't do it without your assistance on the Nashville Bronco YouTube.
This is an old James Duff 2.5-inch lift. They probably haven't sold this lift in 15, 20 years.
Nick was 13 years old. He got this Bronco and he restored it, and he finished it by the time he was 16. Incredible. Tom's one of the guys who is helping me try to get my Phi-Tech started. Behind me is the Duck. Instagram, what is it?
It's 19.
All in your Bronco.
All in my 71 Bronco, 302, 3 on the tree, no power brakes, no power steering, hardly any floor.
19 Bronco 67.
19 Bronco 67.
Look at my own.
It was completely stock, and I want to keep that look though. But I did put a 2.5-inch lift on it. I got to give it that what I think it should have came from the factory.
Right, that's right.
And so, anyways, I've thrown some 31 1050s on it. I've replaced starters, starter solenoids, radiators, everything around the motor. I've replaced.
1967. I've had since I was 19 years old. Started 3.5 years ago. Body was pretty good shape, but I started out with the basically front. Made my wheel wells from scratch, my inner panels, so pretty much all the sheet metal was made by hand. Got the motor through work. It's an 8750 that I carbureted, completely rebuilt. Put a Dana 44 in it about a month ago.
I went from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, down to North Carolina, cut across the bottom of the United States, weaving around a little bit, and made it out to California. And then drove up the coast, hit the bottom side of Oregon, and weaved back across the United States. I was gone 25 days. I went 8,700 miles.
Last year, the year before last, we did a 1,100 mile trip to North Carolina from Florida. And we went and camped. We went to Overland Expo East and, basically camped out of the truck for 11 days or 10 days. And that was a lot of fun. A lot of dirt roads, a lot of back roads. We didn't use the interstate at all.
This is my first Bronco. I had this completely done to the frame. I did most of the work myself on it. I had never really done body work. I could do like mechanical stuff, but I had help with the body.
We put everything back together, and hopefully just like somebody would have done it back in 1978.
We got a 78 with a 460 with an 871 Charger on it.
Wow. So, do you know how much horsepower you're making?
650, 700.
What?
Oh man, just meeting everybody. Yeah. And all the trips and the tales you hear, people trying to get here and what they did to get here, and it's great. And everybody's so nice, and everybody gets together really well.
Just talking to all the different people. That's the most fun. I mean, it's absolutely fun to see all the hard work everybody put into this. But to meet all the people and spend 3 or 4 days with them, it's a lot of fun.
Tom, what's been your favorite part of the event so far?
The people. I mean, we set the date, open the gate, but you are the Bronco community, and we just love to have good weather so you can have good fun in the mountains.
Man, I love all the stories and just everything that, the Bronco Super Celebration is. Like, we get all these amazing stories from all these people, and it's just your guys' stories. You guys are the ones who make the Bronco Super Celebration. And again, that's why I'm putting this on, is because it's all about what you guys are doing and what your Bronco is looking like this year and all that kind of stuff. So I know those are stories from years past, but I'm really excited to see what new things you guys have done to your Broncos, what things that you're going to be bringing to this year's Bronco Super Celebration. Now, speaking of bringing things to this year's Bronco Super Celebration, our next guest is Jake, not Jake from State Farm, Jake from Tom's Bronco Parts. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. How you been?
Doing good. How you guys doing out there in beautiful Oregon?
Good. It's been beautiful lately, you know, trying to deal with the social distancing and everything that's going on. Crazy, but everything's going well.
Nice. Okay, so we're talking about the Bronco Super Celebration. Tell me, what is how long have you guys been going to the Super Celebration? It's only been a few years, right?
Yeah, we sent our first rep out. Matt Berglund went out in 2016. Then I went out 17. Lonnie and I went out 18. And then last year was the first year we actually drove out. 4 guys went out last year, and planning for 5 guys going this year. So every year it gets bigger and more exciting.
You've been there, you said 2 years. What's your kind of favorite part of being out there?
Well, the area is gorgeous to start with. I mean, Townsend's a beautiful area. You meet so many wonderful people. It's one of the biggest events, in my opinion. It has, by far the most Broncos. So a lot of eye candy. You get to check out, everything from original stock rigs to highly modified and everything in between. So being able to see that many Broncos all in one place is probably my favorite part. Unfortunately, when we're there, we're working, so I don't get to go on as many drives and everything like that. But getting to talk to all the people that I talk to on the phone and actually put a face with those names is probably my favorite part.
With the Bronco Super Celebration, what, for a company like Tom's Bronco Parts, what does the Bronco Super Celebration mean to you guys? Why are these kind of events so important?
These events have been going on for a while. Super Celebration is one of the largest events now, and Tom has always really made it a point of emphasis to be a part of these events, be a part of the Bronco community. It's the people that come to these events that make our job possible, make our business flourish the way it has. And so being able to donate to them for the raffles and prizes is a huge part of what Tom loves to do. And then have a representative there to actually interact with everyone. And, it's a good time for us too. It really is. We all enjoy going to these different events, and the Super Celebration is one of our favorites.
With everything going on, obviously all of us are social distancing in quarantine and stay at home. What has that meant for you guys? I mean, how has this affected you guys in this season?
It's been challenging. Obviously, everything is updating, on a day-to-day basis. We're making different decisions. We have a few guys working from home, doing all of our web orders. So our phone coverage is limited, which everyone's been trying to pick up the slack. We've spaced out as far as we can throughout the shop. We're used to working in pretty tight quarters. Our facility is large, but most of that's parts, and it's, a mess like everyone else is. So trying to get everyone their own space, their own, maybe, shipping items like tape guns and staplers, so everyone's not passing everything back and forth. And then just, trying to do the best you can and being as safe as you can in times like these is the best thing. Just, practice, wiping things down, washing your hands, and just being smart.
Are you guys, I know last year you were building a Bronco to take to SEMA. Are you guys doing anything fun in the shop right now, or has this kind of stalled you out a little bit?
Yeah, as far as like major build, nothing's happening right now. I'm working on my own personal Bronco, so I have that down to the frame, trying to get that going in my spare time. But as far as the shop goes, just basically working on developing some new product, trying to get those out, revisit some tech videos, instructions. So that the 3 of us that do a lot of the shop work have been testing new products and sampling new products and going from there. But as far as a big build, nothing's happening as of right now.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone would respond in the comments that they are available for testing. So I'm sure you could just look if you need anyone for testing. They're available. That's cool. Can you share any fun new products? Can you talk about?
Yeah, all of the suspension that we used on Lonnie's, all of that we've designed is in final development. We're getting samples cranked out, trying to get all the costs figured out. So I was hoping to have that out beginning of the year for the catalog, but with steel prices fluctuating so heavily with the DOM and stuff, that's kind of been held off, but that's going to be going in. We have our amp research steps that we put on it. We're going to be offering those and a kit for that, and just a bunch of stuff that you saw kind of prototyped on Lonnie's vehicle will be going into production and into sales. So,
and that's a coilover suspension, right?
Yeah, so a full front and rear coilover suspension. We have a couple different options for the rear. We're going to do a coilover and then just a coil rear suspension. So, different grades and levels of the suspension, but I'm excited to see it. And I think, driving Lonnie's Bronco, it's really nice. And that adjustability is amazing. So,
yeah. Now, with all of this, how can people watching this, how can they support you in this season? We love our Bronco vendors. We love what you guys do for our community. How can we support you?
Really, the best way you can support us is just be as safe as possible, and take care of yourselves, take care of your families. Make sure that you're making decisions to help everyone, not just yourself, but locally in your community and throughout. We're doing fine. We're shipping parts. We're doing our part, staying safe. And the best thing you guys can do is, as customers, we love all our customers. Our customers make us who we are. So, I hope you guys stay safe. And that's the most important thing for us.
Awesome. Jake, I so appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. You guys stay safe out there. Tell my parents I said hey if you see them driving around Medford.
Sounds good. See ya.
All right, so I have another vendor that we're going to talk to here. You guys know Dennis Carpenter, right? The guys over at Dennis Carpenter, they make a ton of awesome Bronco products. Well, I've got Kevin here. What's going on, man?
Hey, how are you guys doing? Hope that everyone is surviving this coronavirus healthy, and we're missing the Bronco show and wishing we were there right now.
For people who may not know who you guys are and definitely don't know what you do, Kevin, talk a little bit about Dennis Carpenter. Talk about what you do over there.
Yeah, so Dennis Carpenter has actually been around for a long time. We are actually celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. And it's a little bit unfortunate. We had some pretty big, promotions and things planned, but this virus has put a damper on some of that, but we'll get back to that later this year. So we started out, in the earlier Ford automobile car stuff, and we have been making Bronco stuff for a long time. I think what has really kind of, energized us is when we decided that we wanted to build the Bronco body. We really kind of refocused and put a lot of time and money and energy back into the early Broncos. And I actually love early Broncos. I've had Broncos since I was in my teens. So that's something that I am helping with, develop new products, and also something that I really am passionate about is making sure that the quality of these parts are good. You buy it and you can just bolt it right on. So many of these parts that you buy nowadays, you got to modify them to make them work. So that's something that we really focus on.
And you guys have been going to Super Celebration. Do you know how long you've been going there?
Yeah, I believe the first year we attended was 2015.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was maybe the Mudfest year or one of the Mudfest years.
Yeah, I think that year, I think it was 2015 or 2016 was the year that storms came through on Wednesday or Thursday, and everyone was just kind of scrambling to keep their stuff safe. Now, for a company like Dennis Carpenter, you guys make parts for the early Bronco, but what does it mean for you guys to come to an event like Super Celebration?
Yeah, so like me personally, I do a lot of the product development. So I come to the show, one, just to see all the Broncos and take the show in, but also we're always, looking to build our business and wanting to let people know the products that we're making, and also try to gauge other things that are not available that we could make too. That's a big focus of ours as well.
Now, you sent me some pictures here, so I'll pull them up. But talk about some of these new parts, new stuff that you guys are working on.
One of the things I wanted to mention was the part that we've been working on for a couple of years. We did the early base model format several years ago, but we're just now coming out with the sport the sport model mat, which is a full mat that covers the entire interior floor. It's a two-piece mat, has the Bronco script in it. It's a Ford licensed item. And so that front mat runs to the rear of the front seats, and then you have a seam, and then the rear mat will cover the rest of the floor. But that is a awesome way to finish off that interior and, you know, give it a really nice look. In the rear, we do make what they call the undermat that basically fills in the ribbed area of the rear cargo area.
Yeah.
And that gives either the mat or the carpet kind of a flat surface.
Yeah, so you'd want to order, you said the front mat, the rear mat, and the undermat, you know, to make it all smooth. You guys gave me one last year, not the sport, but the other one the other mat that you guys have. And I love it. I actually put it over my carpet because it just gets so hot. Like my floor would get so hot in the summer, and you know, my legs would just be baking. So I put that carpet kit in, and that helped a ton. And then I put the mat that you guys have on top of that, and it's perfect now. Like there is very little heat that comes up, and so that mat really does help. And it's like, you know, protects, you know, if you have bare metal, or even in my case the carpet, like it really protects it. So that's awesome that you guys are making that sport. That'll be really cool.
Yeah, now one other thing I wanted to mention in addition to the sport mat is we also are going to have our 2020 Bronco catalog released sometime in May. So anybody that is looking to get a new catalog, go on our website or give us a call, and we'll mail you a free catalog.
Now, for you guys during this time, obviously life looks a little bit different, and one of the things that, like, you know, one of the reasons I'm doing this is just to support our vendors. And so for the people watching this and the people sitting at home, how can we support you guys? How can we show our support for the company, for the Dennis Carpenter Company?
No, that's a great question. We appreciate that. I would say the best way that you can support us is just by ordering parts. You know, we just got to keep the parts going out the door. That's our revenue. So go on our website and just keep ordering the parts. That is definitely a great way to support us.
Well, I so appreciate, Kevin. I appreciate you being here. And man, happy 50th anniversary to Dennis Carpenter. I think that's so cool. And I can't wait to see all the fun publicity that you guys have lined up for after the quarantine is over, and once we can actually get out and do stuff again. And but yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys soon, somewhere, sometime. And I really appreciate you being here and doing this.
Yeah, thank you, John, and we greatly appreciate it and look forward to seeing you at the Bronco show.
Am I there? All right. Technical difficulties. My other camera just turned off and I went to it. So, yes, thank you, Dennis Carpenter, for that. Sorry, yep, went down there for a minute. But thank you guys so much. Okay, so next up, we have got... I'll get my camera back up. I think my camera just died. The battery died on it. So I closed Zoom and it all went away. But still have the chat, but lost you. Okay, yeah. So it should be back up. But yeah. So all of you who are still watching. Thank you. We've got 2 more people left that we're going to talk to. We've got Eric from Maxlider Broncos and Mitch from Wild Horses, and got a couple fun videos to show of Mitch because he's awesome. But let me give away a couple more shirts. Am I right? I mean, easy one. Okay, easy one here. What year was the early Bronco made? What years were the early Bronco made? From what to what? Anyone? I'll wait for it. The other question number 2. What is the hook for on top of the hood? 66 to 77. What up, Scott? You jumped in there and now you've got a free shirt. What is the hook for on the hood, or the little thing? What's that for? Scott is a winner of a shirt. Come on, hood. And then question 3. This one's a tricky one. I didn't know this one. Why do the license plate fold down or fold up? Why does the license plate fold up? Oh, hold on. Wait for it. Paul Perry got the windshield. Paul Perry, you're getting a shirt. Email me, shoot me an email at NashvilleEarlyBronco@gmail.com to flip up when the tailgate's open. Nate, you got it. I guess those were too easy. You guys are good. I never knew that. I never knew that when you put the tailgate down, the license plate went up to put the old license plate so you could see it while you're cruising down the road as a cool guy with your tailgate down. I didn't know that. So that was news to me. All right. For when the tailgate is down, you guys got it. Oh, for the spare. John Prescott says for the spare. What an idiot, Jeff. Okay, guys. So I got to put my pretty earrings back in. All right. So we have got. Let me get him, Mr. Eric from Maxlider Broncos.
What's up, man? JM. Nashville's in the house today.
That's right. We're and where are you guys at right now?
Well, I'm coming to you live from the less than Bronco-rific Eric Maxlider kitchen in Bloomington, Illinois.
Bloomington, Illinois. Nice. How long of a drive is it when you guys come out to Super Celebration?
Usually takes us 9.5, 10 hours.
Okay.
Because we always seem to get lost, always seem to get in trouble, and we're familiar with a number of the authorities on the way from Illinois to Nashville, or to Townsend, Tennessee. So we're
nice.
Longer than normal.
Nice. Well, we're talking about the Bronco Super Celebration, but been asking people, what is your favorite part of the Bronco Super Celebration?
Oh, that's easy. The Broncos are great, but the people are what always come to mind. It's really an honor to be in such an amazing community. We're my brother and I grew up as Mustang and Bronco people, like authentically. That's who we are. It's in our DNA. And the difference is Mustang people, they're always in competition or always trying to outdo each other. Bronco people are always trying to work together, and it's a community. And we love that aspect of it because it aligns with our values.
Yeah. Now, there have been some memories made at the Super Celebration, if I'm correct, from you. Am I right?
Some very expensive memories made. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are some of your favorites?
Okay, so let me on a little only a few people know this, and I'm gonna come clean. So it's 2018, so it would have been 2 years ago, and we brought the first 4-door that we built after SEMA, had it at the event, and my brother took the whole James Duff crew out for a little test drive. And so, we had to show what a 4-door Bronco can do in terms of, how many people it can hold. And I'm pretty sure there were 8 people in it at that time. And they weren't kid-like size.
The 4 Horsemen aren't small guys.
No, they were full-on adults. Okay. And so, you know, of course, we always have to do a burnout, especially when you're encouraged by those guys. And so my brother's driving. I wasn't with them at the time. And supercharged Coyote, right? Roush supercharged Coyote engine. It's got a lot of horsepower. So he laid into it, and he heard a noise. He's the only one that heard it. None of the other crew did. And of course, it did a smoky burnout. Everybody was excited. He comes back to the booth, and he's white as a ghost. And I look at him, and I'm like, what is going on? And he says, I just put the engine into the hood. And I said, what? This truck's got to get shipped to the customer, you know, right after Super Celebration. So basically, it has so much power, and because the cage that we designed and put in there was so effective at keeping that vehicle taut and straight, that it twisted the engine out of its mounts. And so when he opened the hood, the engine was sideways. Now, he did tell me that he knew that would happen, and we still had to show the vehicle. And so he put it in reverse and got on it to try to twist the engine back down into the right spot. So when we got back, we did a little more engineering and made some custom motor mounts that would hold 650 horsepower and all of that.
That's amazing. I have, I'll play it after we're done here. I have the clip from that year where the next day he was showing me like live on the channel, and he mentioned the hood, and I didn't catch what he was talking about, but he was like, oh yeah, you can actually see where the engine has hit up against the hood. And I just thought, like, from closing it, but that is amazing.
No, it was dimpled right in the middle of the stripe. So we had to redo that. We had to redo the stripe, and we tried to keep it secret because we didn't want to look like idiots. But now we're accustomed to looking like idiots, and so
I'm right there with you. Yep. Yep. So what are you guys doing at the shop right now? I mean, obviously life is turned completely upside down. We're in a state of quarantine and stay at home and all that. But before this, what were you guys working on? And what does life look like?
Because of the community is so collaborative and whatnot, one of the things that we're really, really excited about, and I want everyone to know about, is that we partnered a couple years ago with Blueprint Engines, who in my opinion is the best crate engine manufacturer out there. I've seen them do amazing things in terms of supporting their warranty claims, even above and beyond what it says on paper. And I'll never forget this as long as I live. At SEMA 4 years ago, I got on my knees in front of the CEO of Blueprint Engines, and I said, please design an engine that can work in the early Ford Bronco. And he says, what do you mean? And I said, well, we've got 9 of your 347 strokers in the shop, 6 of them in crates, 3 of them in new builds, and we couldn't get any of them to run cool enough that we would send them to our customers. All of them had air conditioning, and you just can't take a hot running motor in a Bronco. You guys all know that's a recipe for disaster. And then you put air conditioning on it that creates a drag on the engine, and you loss of vacuum and everything else. And so we partnered with them to design this engine that has literally become the most popular and effective Bronco engine on the market. And so, and for all you guys, if you're looking for a Bronco engine that can run cool enough, you can put AC in it and have enough vacuum to push your brakes, and go to Blueprint's website, you can order it there. And if you use the Maxlider code, you get free shipping. Which will save you a considerable amount of money, but you got to make sure it's the right Bronco 306. It actually has Max, M-A-X, in the part number, which stands for Maxlider.
Do you remember horsepower off the top of your head for that?
Yeah, it gets around. So there's a carb version and a fuel injected version. It's somewhere around the 365, 370 range with just as much torque. So it's a great engine for the Bronco because of the torque and the way it's set up.
Yeah, so that's definitely a really good way for people to support you and to support Maxlider. Is there any other ways that, especially just during this time, that people can just show their love and show their support to you guys?
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's been an interesting marketplace. People are still kind of buying Broncos, but they're really apprehensive because they're not sure what the future is going to hold. However, lots of folks have canceled their trips for the year. They're not going to do much in terms of adventuring out of their home or town. And so they're looking at their Bronco and they're going, hey, I want to make this thing better so I can enjoy it. And so we'll continue to bring great Broncos for sale for those of you that don't have one. Those of you who do, we've now begun to put together packages. We're doing a lot of drivetrain upgrades. If someone says, hey, I've got a Bronco, I want that crate 306 that you're talking about. I want either a modern 5-speed or an AOD transmission because I want to be able to drive it on the interstate or drive it even daily. I want AC. I just want to take this thing to a completely new level, and we're putting together packages.
Is that are you just doing the parts? Are you doing installs, or is it a little bit of both?
All of it, yeah. Mainly the installs. We really need to do the work. We'd love to sell you the engine or the parts or whatever, but it's really you got to get it installed the right way, or it's not going to create the result that you want. So we have customers sending us. We've got a Bronco in from a customer from Texas, one from California, one from the Northeast, the Southeast. People are sending us their stuff from all over the place because they can't find anyone to work on it. You can't just taking your Bronco to a generalist doesn't work out because you guys know that the Bronco is a very specific animal. And it's got nuances and idiosyncrasies that you have to overcome. And so you really have to take it to, there's only a few of us that really understand the Bronco because we've been around it for so long.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that was an option. I really like that. That's cool. So they can go on your website, check that out. Is that a good place for them to go?
We're going to be putting more information on the packages themselves. But if you have a drivetrain upgrade that you want to make, or want more information on that engine, you can always contact us and we'll walk you through. Every Bronco is different, right? So we kind of we're going to be putting packages out there that are kind of a starting point because, you might get into it, might need to do a few other things, or we're going to inherit some surprises that are common.
Well, man, this was so great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you just taking time to, hang out with us. And I know people are posting stuff in the comments, so we'll be sure to get to that. But man, Eric, I really appreciate it. Best of luck to you guys. Stay safe.
All right, Jonathan. God bless. We'll see you, buddy.
Woo! This thing is beautiful.
So basically, and it's funny because I had a guy ask me this morning, what was the hardest part of this build? And I said, you're looking at it. There was nothing easy about this truck, but what we set out to do was just something that other people have done. But we just thought it would be cool to take one and stretch one. Basically how it started was I was reading an article on SUV sales and how they plummeted and why Ford quit making the Bronco and Toyota quit making the FJ and everything, and looking at sales as far as Jeep goes, and Jeep sales started to plummet. And in 2007, Jeep made the 4-door Jeep, and sales went up. And that's when Eric and I stopped and had a conversation about, well, why don't we just do a 4-door Bronco and just kind of see how it turns out. So that was basically the start of it. It was supposed to be just a regular Bronco that we stretched into 4 doors. Yeah. Then Yukon Gear and Axle found out about our build, and they wanted us to put it in the booth at SEMA. So that just made it a lot bigger, and it went from being just a basic Bronco with 4 doors to what you see today. So we knew when we started off we needed to up the ante on everything that we could.
That is incredible. And so you guys had this at SEMA and you won some awards, right?
Yeah, Gran Turismo, if anybody is familiar with the game, they send out a bunch of judges to go look at a bunch of different categories and pick what they thought would be the best of a category. So we actually, with this truck, won the 4x4 category.
Wow. That is incredible. So you see, I mean, this thing seats, 6 people easily, comfortably. Nothing's comfortable in a Bronco, but it seats 6 people.
With that being said, I had the Ford Horseman. Is that
right? Yes, they're on the YouTube channel yesterday.
Yeah, I think we had 7 people in here last night.
That's incredible. Can you show us the hood? Can you show us the engine? Yep. What's under the hood?
Oh man, that is clean. Tell me about this.
All right, so it's Coyote engine, 2011 Coyote engine with a Roush supercharger on it. Our whole goal when we set out to build this truck was, and I know this may seem strange to say, but try to keep it looking as stock as possible, but yet make it cool and badass as we can. So we did not want to put a cowl induction hood or a hood scoop or anything like that on it. We wanted it to fit in here and be able to shut the hood. And if you really want to pick it apart, you can see where the engines hit the hood.
Yeah.
Because we crammed it in there.
That is incredible. This is beautiful. You guys have done an incredible job.
Thank you.
And I know everyone here, every time that I walk by this Bronco, it's like everyone is just swarming it. Like, I've tried to get so many pictures just with the Bronco alone, and you can't, because everyone is always looking at this thing because it looks perfect. It really just, you guys have done an incredible job building this thing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing it out. What's going on, man?
What's going on, John? How you doing?
Doing good. How's Lodi, California?
It's not bad at all over here. That's why we're still open, you know. But you know, it's great. It's grand. It's Lodi. It's sunny today, and so you know, we're living the life.
Nice. Okay, so we're talking about the Bronco Super Celebration and how an amazing event it is, and you know, we've been talking about people's Broncos and talking about, you know, just where people are. People are watching this from all over the country and have some pretty sweet Broncos, but you guys in California, you've been coming to the event for how long now?
So me personally, this would have been my third year. I started coming in 2018, kind of when the Pit Bull went through major modifications. It was basically the maiden voyage for, you know, the Sniper and stuff like that is when we started the Bronco tour with a lot of the events. And so me personally, it would have been my third year. I think as a business, we've been going for a little bit longer than that. So it's crazy, sick old event, the growth and all of that. So.
That's awesome. And so for you, like, what would you say is just your favorite part of the event?
It's tough. So I mean, you got the South. You got barbecue out there, you know, which, you know, you gotta give an honorable mention to. But as far as like the favorite aspect of the event, I would have to say, you know, it's being able to talk to the people. You know what I mean? The not only the customers, but just the Bronco people in general. Because people, you know, the Bronco community is recognized as some of the most laid back, easygoing guys. And so being able to have the conversations about my Bronco, about their Bronco, and not only that, but seeing like all of the different stuff. It's said a million times, but I'm gonna say it just so it comes out of my mouth. It's that no two are the same, you know, and so you get the inspiration, you get the ideas and all of that stuff at Super Celebration and stuff like that. So it's just cool talking to the people in the Broncos, you know, that's what it's all about, so.
Now, have you seen a Bronco that you're like, hands down, the best Bronco I've seen at Bronco Super Celebration?
Mine. No, I'm just, you can't, there's like, to me, it's like, there's like a million different categories of a Bronco, you know, it's like, you can't just, you know, that to me, I couldn't pick one, you know. Obviously you got Maxlider's 4-door, which you just talked about, you know, that's a crazy custom, you know, but then you got the stuff with the, you know, the little living quarters up top, you know, that's like, what? And then just all the different stuff. So no, I can't, you know, I can't pick one.
You and I one time, we walked around and went and just like looked at different people's Broncos. Remember that one, the cherry wood Bronco?
Yeah, it's like what goes through these people's heads to be able to do a project like that, you know what I mean? It's like I couldn't, and they just, you know, they blow Pit Bull out of the water and stuff like that. No, they don't, but you know.
The other one that I really liked, you and I looked at it, and I think you even did a video where you interviewed the guy, but he took like the bed of an old F-150 or something. It was that green one.
Mark.
You remember that one?
Yeah, it was Mark Kalina. Yeah, that build was okay. There we go. So you know, you got to jog my memory, but that build right there is is definitely one of my favorites, just because he did it all himself, and his story behind that, you know, because that's another thing about the Bronco stuff too, is, you know, the stories behind it.
For all of you guys who are sitting in your garage like, I can't work on my Bronco, this dude just overcame cancer and then started working on his Bronco and stretched it. How far did it stretch?
2 feet.
He stretched it 2 feet, 24 inches.
And like everyone, you know, you go with the grandparents, and then, you know, it gets passed along as an heirloom, you know, it's just stuff like that, you know, they've all got them, you know what I mean? And so that's what's cool. But yeah, Mark's is crazy, so glad you brought that one up.
Yeah. Now, in that same video, I think you tried on a shirt that didn't really fit you very well.
I'm trying to think of why I did. Oh, maybe I was pressured into doing that off camera. You didn't flip me a couple bucks to do that, did you?
Let's see if I have that footage.
Oh, dude.
Wow, that is, oh man.
Perfectly.
There we go.
You want to buy it for me?
Maybe I just walk out with it.
Throw it up, you might as well use it. Get some more subscribers off of that one.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, in all fairness, I did the same thing. So,
found our newest model for you, Tom.
Would you say this V is a little deep? There you go. A little John Melton in a shirt too tight as well. But yeah,
not the first time.
Yeah, not the first time. Absolutely. But I mean, that's like part of the fun with going to these events, you know, and especially the Super Celebration. It's like, yeah, it's from, if you go the whole time, it's from Wednesday till Sunday or Saturday. And so it lasts a long time, and there's a lot of time for tomfoolery. I just enjoy, you know, going to the events and definitely seeing everyone and just having that time to, like you said, like just to hang out and just be, you know, a part of the community for a little bit. And that's one of the things that I really love about, you know, talking about the Super Celebration. Like, dude, there's so many drives that you can go on. I think they do like 2 a day, and they're just like, there's something about getting in that line, and it's like 100, 200 Broncos all in a line, and you take off and you start driving these backcountry roads, and it's just amazing.
It's like, I think with any vehicle, you know, that's why vehicles become so popular, is because of, you know, communities, you know, that exist, you know, around that vehicle, you know. So when you got the Bronco and you pull up, you know, it's like, you know, as a kid, if you pulled up with the same bike or something, all your little friends, you know, showed up with bikes and you just rode down like the squad, you know. I think it's, at least for the dudes, maybe that same kind of, you know, thing in their mind. It's like, you know, you're part of something special, you know what I mean? You got all these like-minded people, you know, that you get to do something that you love with, and that's just, you know, I can imagine. I haven't been able to go on one of those drives yet, because I don't know what I've been doing, honestly.
You've been working.
Yeah, sitting at the booth or something. But, you know, so I'm, you know, definitely, you know, when they have those drives again, you know, if the pit bull makes it out, I'll drive that. If not, I'm hopping in the passenger seat with somebody. So
you can get in with me.
There we go.
Like, what is it? I mean, how can people support you guys? Like, what are the ways that people can just, you know, show their support and appreciation for our Bronco vendors?
Well, you know, it's like for us, the way you support us, and this is going to sound corny, but it's true, is by allowing us to support you, you know. It's like you could buy the parts from anybody, you know, but when you got the tech questions, the tech help, you got something that you're not quite sure about, you know, you let our guys come and help us. You know, you're supporting us because they're not just sitting up there, you know, doing nothing. They're able to help you out, you know. But, you know, other ways, you know, like follow the stuff on social media if you've got it, you know, because, you know, you can stay up to date. And that, again, that's allowing us to help you out. That's saying, hey, we've got this new product, these new things coming in, and you've been needing something like that, you know, the entire time, or looking for something like that. You're able to stay up to date. And so, you know, it's just stuff like that, you know, just keep your Bronco alive, keep the projects going is really it. You know, if you're not working on the stuff, you can keep ordering the stuff, I guess, you know. We don't, you know, just stock it in your garage like some people, but, you know, it's just, you know, just let us help you, really. So
yeah, that's good. I know I have parts sitting around my garage that I've got that I'm like, oh, I need to install this. I need to install this. But I buy them and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this next week, and then I never do. So I go for a drive.
I had a light bar sitting for like 2 years, and I was gonna put it on my truck, and it took me, that amount of time. It's like a light bar. It's not that hard to do, but I get it. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just, do it. I do it. So.
And now, talking about parts, you guys, we are planning on having the Super Celebration in May. You guys are coming out, and if everything goes well, bringing parts with you. If people order parts, is that still something that you guys are planning on offering right now?
Yeah, we are still planning. Obviously, if this virus goes anywhere crazy, which we're thinking it's going to die down. It's just what it is. The Bronco Super Celebration has been stopped once, and nothing's going to stop Tom again. So it's like, so we will be out there. If you guys want the parts, you can just give us a call. Let our guys know that you want it hauled out to Super Celebration, or you can online, you could just put in the comments like, hey, haul this stuff to Super Celebration. So we'll pack that trailer full with stuff for you guys and haul it there, free shipping. So
nice. Well, Mitch, dude, I so appreciate you jumping on with me, and if we had time, I'm sure we could go through all the comments and questions that people are leaving, but I really do appreciate it. And if it's okay, we've been showing a lot of my video footage, and so I would love to show just a video from you and just kind of your perspective of the Bronco Super Celebration. So for you guys watching, enjoy this video from our good buddy Mitch Creel over at Wild Horses. Thanks, man. Man, I love seeing all the footage from the Bronco Super Celebration. Thank you, Mitch, for letting us use that video. All right, one last time, let's go to the show field where Tom and Donna are right now. Guys, how you guys doing?
Hey, John. We're missing some great Tennessee weather.
I bet. It's beautiful. Man, I'm glad that you were able to share with us the October dates. What were those one more time?
October dates are going to be October 7th and 10th in Tennessee, and then we're going to be September 9th through 12th in Colorado, and that's Buena Vista. about 90 miles south of Denver.
Nice. Well, guys, make sure to, head out and check out the upcoming Bronco Super Celebrations. And hey, Tom and Donna, we've asked everyone this so far today, but what are the ways that we can support you guys? Like, what is it that we can do to support you guys in this time?
Well, the biggest thing is come out and have fun. Use your Bronco. We do this for the love. We've been doing this for 20 years. We've been the Bronco ambassadors, and we've had fun doing it. We've traveled all over the country doing it. We certainly appreciate, love that you subscribe to our magazine. That's one thing we would ask you to certainly do. But just come out, enjoy your Bronco. Whether you come to our event, whether you go to an event in California or Michigan, become part of the Bronco community. It's a great group of people. I mean, we've met people from all over. We've stayed with people from all over just because they have a Bronco. So it's an easy request. Have fun. Drive your Bronco.
Well, guys, we really appreciate it. Tom, thanks for letting us do this, and we will definitely see you guys in October.
Okay, right now we're going to distance ourselves 6 feet again. Y'all have fun.
Remember. All right.
Oh, no audio. There we go. Do we have audio now? Is that working? Sorry, I keep messing with the settings and messing everything up. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That is all that we have. It's all that we have planned. It's been fun. How long has it been? An hour and 38 minutes. There you go. An hour and 38 minutes. Appreciate you guys watching, hanging out. Remember, hashtag support Bronco vendors. Go post some pictures of your Bronco vendors. Post some pictures of their parts. Get out there and do some of that to just show your love. Show your love to those guys. They've been working hard and doing a lot of things to make sure that you guys have your parts during quarantine and all that good stuff. Thank you to all of the vendors who jumped on and chatted with us over Zoom. Thank you everyone who was chatting. All you guys saying thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. It was so fun. There were a couple times where like I almost got choked up, like, oh my gosh, like why can't I see these people? But I really do. I miss you guys, and I am so I'll take out my earrings. So thankful that we got to do this, and look forward to October. Hopefully, maybe even in Colorado in September. And thank you, Tom and Donna Broberg, for everything that you guys do and putting this on, putting the Super Celebration on. Show your love to those vendors, guys. Thank you to Dennis Carpenter, Maxlider, Wild Horses, Tom's Bronco Parts, James Duff, and the other ones that are usually at the Bronco Super Celebration who couldn't make it on the Zoom today. But you guys are awesome, and all the love, all the support, all the appreciation. Let me know if you have any other questions. Definitely check out some other videos, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being with you guys. Got some shirts to ship out. If you want a shirt, make sure to email me. I've heard from Dennis, Jeff, and Jordan. I still need to hear from Scott, Paul Perry, and Nate.